numbers, we take flight.
Yo, how's it going? Been a minute. Just want to hop on here. We'll do a quick little stream here. We did hit 11k subs recently, so I really do appreciate each and one of you guys. It seems like the Discord notification is not working right now, so I'll have to manually ping everyone in the Discord. But send the link to the free Discord server for those that want to join. But yeah, let me send this out real quick. You guys also probably hear the keyboard kind of loud, low key, and it's just my previous keyboard broke, so I had to get a new one, and the new one is definitely louder than my previous one. Where is it? All right, let me ping everyone here real quick. We are still like about 150 members away from hitting 1K in the Discord. So that's going to be exciting to see us hitting 1K members. All right. We'll wait a bit because I'm not really on like a streaming schedule, so I'm not surprised that people aren't joining Odyssey immediately. But yeah, there is gonna be a giveaway coming soon. That did promise you guys. I'm doing a giveaway of either the course or the indicators, and then we'll also be doing a. Hopefully, we'll see what happens, but potentially we'll have a. Because I'm currently partnering with a prop firm, potentially, hopefully, we'll see what happens. But been discussing to them, seeing. I told them that. There you go. There's the volume. I told them that basically, a lot of you guys here trade funded accounts instead of personal accounts. I think majority traders now coming into the space are probably trading funded accounts. But yeah, they know a lot of you guys are trading funded accounts. And so I was just asking them to see if they could provide some free accounts for you guys that I can give away on here on stream, because that'll be fun. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. My goal with that is really to like give away a few accounts each stream, every time I come here on stream. And I don't know the exact number of accounts I can give out, but we'll see. Also, if you guys are trading fun accounts or prop firms, let me know. Let me know what firms you guys are trading with. Because ideally, I can do like free account giveaways with the firm that you guys trade with the most. But that really does depend on a lot of other things too. And no, these are not like straight to funded accounts, obviously. You still have to pass accounts. You still have to pass a challenge and challenge phases, but it should not be difficult. Alright. If you've gotten payouts before, you're profitable, it's not that difficult. Passing like an account is pretty easy. If you have a consistent strategy and system that works, and you have the discipline to trade it, it's easy to pass accounts. You can pass in 1 or 2 days, depending on the firm. I think a lot of people are struggling with getting payouts. Like, a lot of people are funded, but I believe statistically, I think 1/10 of people that are funded eventually reach payout. And one of the reasons is also because you need more winning days or active trading days to get to the payout. In comparison to getting funded, you could technically full port on one day or just have 2 green days. You know, thing with getting funded is it's not really a sign of anything. Because a gambler that's straight guessing a market in good conditions, just by coincidence, can pass a cow. So that's how they get you. That's how firms get you, because they filter out the bad traders from the people that pass. They make people thinking that just because they can pass, they can get a payout, which is completely false, by the way. It's a lot more to it than just that. Devang Bondo said, did I take any trades today? Nope. No trades for me today. But it seems like everyone in the group was green last week. I sent out polls to everyone to see how all you guys are trading, and it seems like every single person was green last week. So that was good to see. So I'm very happy with the results within the ETU mentorship and the course members. You know, we have people getting payouts, many of the mentorship students getting payouts. The course members are working at their own pace. So it does depend on where you are in your journey. Also, guys, we hit 11K, and we've gotten a lot of new people join the channel. That's just based on the subscriber growth this month. So I'm very appreciative of all of you guys that hit the sub button. So if you're in the new stream here right now, you haven't subbed, make sure to, hit that button. Alright. Is TopStep good for payouts? Yes, TopStep is pretty good for payouts. They pay pretty quick. You can see from the screenshot here on stream, both of my mentorship students got payouts from TopStep. So, yeah, TopStep is pretty solid. I pinned in chat for those that want to check out the course. We only have a few spots left for the course at the current pricing. And then for the mentorship, there's only one single spot left. I saw a lot of you guys apply for the mentorship, but it's basically first come, first serve, depending on your answers to the questions. If you want to apply for the mentorship, you can hit that link there. But I'd say the top firms currently, I'd say Top Step's number one still. Apex, there's been a few people denied and even banned. So Apex is iffy. I can name a lot of other firms, but I can only name the ones I've gotten really payouts from, to be honest, or traded with. But I would recommend, like, you don't need to be on every single firm, guys. Focus on one firm, stack payouts from them, and just keep trading that same firm. Like, until you get banned or, you know, maybe like put on probation, like Apex or whatever. There's not really a huge need to continuously like switch firms. Like, if you can't get paid on one firm, as in like get to payout stage, you're not gonna get paid on, most likely you're not gonna get paid on other firms. Maybe they might have easier rules, but usually it's pretty like pretty consistent with how you can trade. If you can't trade, you're not gonna get payouts on any firm. So stop jumping around firms, stick to one that's reputable, and work on your trading skills. Work on your trading. Your strategy and psychology are gonna be the key components on whether or not you get paid or if you go into net negative. And something a lot of people don't realize is also, until way later in the journey, which I wish I realized a bit earlier, but a bad strategy is not going to be able to save your psychology. Some people have bad psychology because their strategy just sucks, or the win rate's very low. Now, it depends on your risk reward. If you have a good enough risk reward, you can still trade a lower win rate strategy. But if your win rate doesn't make sense for the given strategy, then yeah, obviously it's just not going to work out. You said overall in profit, nice. Yeah, the goal is for prop firms is also be in net profit. A lot of people starting out, they're probably gonna be net negative, just because I mean that's kind of how it is for most people, including me in the beginning. And then also once you become profitable, you do make most of your money back pretty quickly once you become profitable, and you can stick to your edge. It's not, for example, you might lose for like, you might be net negative on firms for like maybe 2 weeks, or sorry, not 2 weeks, definitely longer than that for most people, maybe like a few months, give or take, depending on if you have like someone guiding you, like a mentor or something that's already profitable or gotten payouts. But like, for example, if you're net negative for 6 months, 3 to 6 months, and let's say you finally found a strategy that works for you, your discipline is very good, on point, you don't really make many human mistakes, what ends up happening is you go break even or even in positive pretty quickly. And when I say pretty quickly, I mean literally like within 3 weeks you can probably go back to break even. 3 payouts, depending on which firm, but usually 3 payouts. But I think too many of you guys are just jumping to firms without knowing how to trade. Just because you can read a chart does not mean you know how to trade, because having an edge versus knowing how to read candles is two whole different things. What's your monthly percentages? If you're talking about personal account and such, I've talked about in the past. You can even look up my backtesting data in the Discord server if you want to have like a baseline to compare to. But I prefer talking more in risk reward. I think risk reward is a lot more accurate since I don't risk 1% per trade. Someone that, for example, risks like 5 to 10% per trade, you can easily make up 100% easily every month. That shouldn't be hard at all. You can even make 300% in a single month if you're risking like 5 to 10% per trade. But everyone's risk management is different. People with bigger accounts, you can risk a lot lower percent per trade. Also helps with your equity curve in terms of drawdown when you risk lower. Unless you withdraw, which I do from time to time as well. But usually I don't have to withdraw too much compared to the size of my account. You kind of want to have your account like compounded, if that makes sense. Ideally, of course, there's living costs, but I mean, aside from that, ideally you want to compound. And that's ultimately like the goal with all the mentorship students right now. Everyone goal is to get all mentorship students to get payouts, because it seems like almost every single one of you guys that are in a mentorship currently I've talked to on the private one-on-one calls, you guys are trading prop firms. You basically rinse the prop firms and you slowly add to your personal account. You don't have to add immediately. For example, let's say you get to 100K in payouts, maybe 200, 300K. You can slowly, you don't have to allocate like one at a time to your personal account. You can maybe just decide, okay, once I hit 200K in payouts, I'm gonna just deposit 100K into a personal account. I will say certain brokers, there's deposit limits daily and also withdrawal limits. So that is something you want to keep in mind when it comes to like deciding which broker you want to go with for your personal account. I will say though, there's obviously restrictions to how much you can do. Like, there's only so many regulated brokers you can pick from. But obviously, never go with something unregulated. That's like guaranteed, obviously. If my strategy has a red week, is that bad? I can't answer that question without knowing your frequency of your strategy. Is this swing trading or day trading? How many trades are you taking on average per day, per week? Like here, I'll give you a quick example. If someone's taking only one trade a week or 2 to 3 trades a week, having a red week is very normal. That's like extremely normal. Normal as in if you're following your system, it's normal that you end in red, because it's just variance in the market. But if you're taking like, let's say 20 trades a week, you usually should not have a red week for the most part. Yes, you will of course have a red week, but it should not be something that's common or frequent. So basically how it works is the more frequency, the lower odds of you having a red week within that given time frame. But yeah, if you apply to the mentorship, check your emails. Sometimes it might go in the junk folder, is my guess. Hence why some people may not reply or are wondering like why they haven't received anything yet, whether or not they got accepted into the one-on-one program. So check your email first. If not, if you don't see it for whatever reason, then what's it called? DM me on Discord. Join the Discord server and then just find like my Discord. There's a lot of ones that are like imposters that are not me, by the way. They are gonna look very similar to me in terms of their numbers. That's how they get people. But make sure it has like, you see the YouTube connection where it says J Trades under my Discord profile. You currently have S. What does S mean? ES on your chart. Yeah, I have all three on my tabs. I just alternate between the two. So yeah, just all I do is just tab around. Gold has been nuts, man, because we're just like trading at all-time highs on gold. Here's one thing though that people say or mention that you may not be aware of, that a lot of people probably don't know, and that is just because the higher time frame is going up doesn't mean that there's no downside moves they can take. Like you gotta know when to long. It's not just about blindly like taking longs. Now you can blindly take longs if you're holding a massive position like shares or some sort of stock, because you can have just a massive stop loss. So if you're not long-term trading, it does matter when you long. Like if you're day trading, it 100% matters when you long. You don't long up here on a breakout. That's not how, at least how I trade. Maybe you can find breakouts to work for you, but I've traded them in the past. They just don't work for me. I was never able to find like an edge. All you guys in the course and mentorship, just know you guys already have all the information you need to become successful as a trader. Like all the information is in there. There's just so many videos in the course for you guys to take notes, go over, practice, make videos on psychology, how to backtest, like the smart way of backtesting, the quickest way to get to profitability, like ignoring all like the rant and BS. Tons of trade recaps, going over the strategy, of course. Different variations to the system that you can even incorporate depending on your psychology. If you want something higher win rate, there's an option for that. If you want something that's higher risk reward, there's an option for that. The point is, everything is in there, man. You guys just have to be disciplined and put in the work. Again, you can't just watch the videos too. Once you watch all the course modules, the videos, and if you're a mentorship student, obviously the weekly calls, you gotta put in screen time. For example, one thing I do see among some people is I say, how come you didn't notice this? And people are like, whoa, I didn't even realize that. Or I didn't even see it. Without an indicator, you wouldn't have seen it. And so that's why I also have an indicator for those that want to not miss anything, that makes sense. Because the indicator marks out everything, so you won't miss a single thing. That's why I have indicators, my indicator on my chart, despite me still mainly trading. Because it helps me see things I might miss visually with my naked eye. You know, there's human error in trading, and you want to limit human error as much as possible. I do think we should see more upside on ES during this Asia session. I need to get back into not get back into. I need to get into figuring out CapCut still for the short form content. You guys also have to give me feedback too. If you guys want me to keep posting the memes or not. It's just more so like entertainment purposes. You know, like you gotta think about it this way, but once you make in trading, you gotta find purpose outside of the charts, man. Like sure, trading may seem fun and all in the beginning, but as you dig deeper into trading, there's like not much else to it. Once you find the edge in strategy and your discipline, there's nothing else to it. It's not like something that you continuously learn or change or whatever. I mean, sure, some people say adapt to market conditions, but to me personally, there's not a ton of adapting once you know how the market moves. There really isn't. I'll also see it online. A lot of people are complaining about the market conditions currently. I don't know about you guys, but we've been doing fine over here in terms of market conditions, in terms of being profitable. Students are getting payouts. People are easily getting funded. Like, there's nothing, at least in terms of my strategy. Maybe other people's strategies just aren't working well in these conditions. That's on them, but everything has been fine. This is just normal market variance, guys. I don't see anything like strange or weird about the market. You know, people say we have horrible PA every other month, if we're being honest, guys. So just something to keep in mind. Don't listen to those people. Listen to yourself and your data. What does it tell you? Does it tell you that your strategy works over a long run? If yes, don't blame the market. There's nothing wrong with the market. It's just normal variance. And like, what can you expect? It's the market. We're trading based on variance for a reason. If it was a 100% win rate, I mean, I don't think anyone would be on YouTube right now if it was a 100% win rate. And the market would not work. If everyone was winning in the market, it just would not work. The market is literally like an auction between people winning and losing. That's why some people call it a zero-sum game. And it's a zero-sum game in a sense where all the knowledgeable people take money from all the non-knowledgeable people. So if you have a good strategy like mine that works, and you have good psychology, I mean, you're basically legally robbing people that don't have good psychology or strategy. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. There's no censorship on my channel. All right. So I have a question. I'm from India, Asia. Stocks are useless for me. Stocks are useless for me. What do you mean? Can you not trade stocks in India? I assume, like U.S. stocks, maybe the stock market. Not sure how your country works over there, to be honest. But I'm not sure if it is good for me. It's up to you. In terms of my strategy, it works on every pair. So every pair I've tested and tried out trading it on, it all works because the market relatively moves very similar across different markets. There's different personalities for each asset. For example, volatility changes, how fast price delivers changes, how much more trendy a certain asset is changes as well. Give you guys a few examples. NQ is more volatile than ES, but they move relatively similar. You might have to change certain things with the stop loss and play around with it, but I have videos within the course discussing like variations to the system for a reason. So you guys can like change the system and tweak it to adapt to different things that you're trading. Like for example, gold trends a lot. So in gold, ideally, you wait for a few sweeps before you enter because gold likes to sweep a lot. It's more volatile. Same with NQ. It's more volatile. You might want to wait for more sweeps before you enter your setup. Basically waiting for people to get stopped out first. Except for prop firms. Okay, well, I mean, if you're trading prop firms, my strategy is going to work perfectly fine because people are getting payouts from my strategy. Majority of the mentorship students that finish the mentorship are getting payouts already on their prop firm accounts, getting funded. And we have a good amount of course members also already funded through the program. So I'd say if you're looking to trade prop firms, I highly recommend you check out the course. If you're looking to trade something else, look to see on your chart like how close what you're trading is to maybe something like ES gold, which is what I trade. Because the thing is with the market, the market's only going to move sideways, up or down. From a general standpoint, like a generalization, there's no other way the market moves. It doesn't move like nowhere. Like it doesn't stay stuck at what sort of price point for an hour. It always moves. So I do think if you're in trade prop firms, highly recommend you check out the course. There's one spot left for the current pricing. So whoever gets that right now will get that previous price point for the course. And then for the mentorship, the price is not going to change for the mentorship, unfortunately, because of the value that you get upon purchasing with the private lessons, one-on-one work with me, a trading journal, you get lifetime access to the indicators, you get access to a lot of things. If you're going to get the mentorship also, you don't need to get the course. The mentorship covers everything. So you get the course completely for free, the 100-score course. What's pretty interesting to me also is the demographic of people within the course. Like the demographic for y'all is there's like 50% of people that are from different countries. We have India. So some of my first ever course members were from India. We have India, we have Brazil, we have a few Canadians, a decent amount of US people. I think we have one person from France and then someone from the UK. It's pretty interesting. But overall, we're a pretty big, diverse group of people, different traders. What are the price for course and mentorship? I'd recommend you click the link down below to check out the pricing. Everything is on the website. I can show you the website if you want. You can click on that. It shows you the pricing for the indicators, the course, and the mentorship. I used to sell the journal separately, but journal is completely for free now, included with your purchase of the 100-score course. And no, I would say it's like more SMC related because I have a lot of problems with ICT trading. And the reason why is because, for example, one of the mentorship students that I worked with recently that got in payouts, he's on his second ever payout after 3 years of failing in trading. Like he's literally failed for 3 years trading ICT. And then he came to me, learned my strategy, and now it's working for him. He's getting payouts. So if someone's trading ICT for that long and then they trade my strategy and they're now getting success, I'd say it's pretty evident that my strategy is different than ICT stuff that's on YouTube. Because the problem with ICT is it's not really a system. You have to create a system, not just knowing how to read price. A lot of people know how to read candles. A lot of people know like the opening and closure of a candle. Now, I have videos on my YouTube from the Beginners Bootcamp discussing like how to read candles. The reason why is because it's beginner's content. I remember my first time trying to learn trading, obviously I didn't know how to read a candle. As simple as that may sound, I didn't know how to read a candle. So of course I had to know how to read the open, high, low, close. But once you get like a few hours of screen time, it's pretty straightforward. But the course has 4 sections. You have one section entirely going through my entire strategy from A to Z. So if you're new to trading, you can take the 100-score course just fine as well. Because you can take the Beginners Bootcamp. If you can't read like candles at all, watch the beginner's bootcamp video on how to read candles, and then you just can just go for the course. And then the second section is, I believe, psychology, and the third section is about like journaling, data collection, and then we have another section for back testing, live sessions, and then what's it called? Trade recaps. A ton of trade recaps are on there. I do have some trade recaps on my YouTube for free if you want to just like look through on how my strategy roughly works. If it, is something you're interested in, you can check out the free content on my channel and learn some stuff from there. But the trade recaps are like that, but there's a lot more trade recaps exclusively just within for the course members only, to keep it like exclusive. The other thing I want to discuss with you guys is like, honestly, if I was to restart trading and learn what I learned with my current strategy, it would only take me 3 months or less to become profitable. Like, once you learn a system that works, it will not take long for you to become profitable. The years of taking 2 to 3 years or 3 to 5 years to become profitable are over. With all the information nowadays online, guidance, mentors, paying for one-on-one help, you can just shorten your learning curve by so much. It's insane. Like, I feel bad for people that try to become profitable back in the day, maybe 10 years ago or 30 years ago when the internet wasn't really, trading wasn't even like relevant online. Feel very bad for those people because it definitely would take them much longer to become profitable than people now. So if you're just getting into trading now, you have a huge advantage, to be honest. And I wouldn't say the market has gotten like much harder to trade either. That's personally, when I hear someone saying the market's so much harder to trade now, it sounds like coping to me. You gotta stop coping and accept reality. This is the market. I mean, if you thought the market was something that's just gonna have the exact same pattern every single day, you were coming in with blinded. Like, your expectations don't even make sense. Another thing with profitability is like, once you become profitable within 3 months or something, the mentorship is, I can become profitable in 6 weeks, because that's how long it takes majority of my students to start getting their first ever payout, within 6 weeks. Because the way I like to trade is I try to keep discretion as low as possible and keep majority of it mechanical. That way, like, someone with not a ton of screen time can replicate the same results. But yeah, it seems like I'm not gonna have any Apex Fund account giveaways, or neither with Top Step. It depends if they want to provide them to me or not for giveaways on my channel. But I don't think those two firms will be on the list for the giveaways. But the other firms that are willing to do giveaways on my channel, they're still pretty big, reputable firms. So you guys don't have to worry about it. And it's also free. It's literally a free account for you guys. Now, in terms of content for the long form content on my channel, there's gonna be one more episode left for the boot camp. It's gonna include a lot of summary stuff, key takeaways, if you didn't watch everything. And then, well, let me check. I'm checking something. And then I'm gonna bring back the trade recaps as soon as I can on the channel. Again, I try to keep them exclusive within just the course members, the course content, so people feel like they're getting paid. They're paying for what they're getting, essentially. But I'll bring back a few of the trade recaps on the channel from time to time. Aside from that, I've covered a lot of like trading stuff on my channel. We have currently channel stats. I mean, I have 1,039 videos. Now, granted, I believe 60% of those are from shorts, so that's still 400-ish videos of long form content. And majority of the content is educational content that you guys can go back and rewatch, even the older videos if you want. I don't really do much lifestyle flexing videos on my channel. It's not a plan for me at all anywhere, anytime in the future either. Because something you guys will realize later is like once you become profitable, you get to a point where you're like, now what in life? It's not as dreamy as you may think, because becoming a consistent profit trader is not like out of touch. It's pretty realistic if you're willing to put in the time and effort and invest in yourself. But like once you become profitable, that's usually, I'd say, like within the first 1 to 3 months, you get to a point where you start realizing like what's your purpose in life. That's been like a question of mine for quite some time. Like outside of trading is cool at all. Financial, location, time freedom. But then what? Like what's next, you know? What is next for you after you're a profit trader? You're not just gonna like be like, I'm just gonna chill on an island for the rest of my life, or I don't know, somewhere else. Like you have so much free time once you become full time. And we have many students that are already full time in ETU as well. And I always tell them this, even in the one-on-one calls too. At the end, I say, now that you become profitable, you got to payouts. You've proven to me and you that you are consistently profitable. You have a system that works, and you have the discipline to stick to it through drawdown too. No strategy is 100% win rate or perfect. Then ask them, you know, what do you want to do with your life outside of the charts? Like there has to be something that you want to do outside of your charts, because you don't have anything else to do outside of trading. Money can't solve everything. You know, there's like a purpose that everyone should feel in life, and your purpose is not going to be trading. I'm going to tell you that straight up. Trading is very boring, isolating. Like once you get the hang of it, it's not even a dopamine hit, I'd say, anymore. I know a lot of you guys probably, depending on how you started trading, probably thought it was a dopamine hit this, dopamine hit that, but it's just like once you make it, you're there, but then you feel like this feels too like familiar. Like what am I even doing here, you know? What's my purpose outside of trading? For me, that's why I started my channel. I was like, you know what? I feel like there's purpose in helping other people out and teaching people the correct way to trade, in a sense of giving you guys like an edge. Now, granted, of course, it's not going to be free, because valuable information doesn't come free. No matter like what industry you're in, trading, finance, real estate, no one's time. So the mentorship, there's a reason why the mentorship is so expensive. It's a high ticket program. You get one-on-one time with me every single week. So there's a reason why I'm very selective also with the mentorship program. I only open up like one spot at a time. Once I get a student profitable, once they see some results, I then open up a new spot. And until then, I don't open up new spots. Hence why currently I have one spot open currently, just one. It's not going to be 2 spots or 3 spots. It's just one spot open. We've gotten a few applications already, and I sent out emails on acceptances and whatever. Again, if you didn't see the email, reach out to me via the Discord server, all right, or the pin chat on stream. You DM me and let me know what your decision is, because it's basically first come first serve. And the reason why it's first come first serve is because if 2 people have similar responses and both seem like a good fit, like you're serious. I don't want to teach someone that's not serious. If you're not serious about trading, it's not worth my time. It's not even about the money. It's just like it's not worth my time trying to help you. It's gonna be harder for me to get you profitable if you're not dedicated. And I'm not talking about like 8 hours a day, working a full-time job to have dedication. It's not even close to that. It's just, are you actually interested in learning how to trade, or are you just trying to buy a Lambo tomorrow? People that rush the process of trading are the ones that you see 5-10 years still unprofitable. Like if you're still unprofitable after 5 years, which some people are that join and then become profitable within literally 3 months or less, like you're doing something wrong. You've been gambling for the past 5 years. I'm sorry to say it, and I know it sucked. It would suck to hear that too. If someone told me I was gambling for 5 years or 3 years or however long if I was unprofitable, it would suck. But you have to accept reality that you've been gambling for however long you've been unprofitable for. Even if you have a strategy, if you're not sticking to it with discipline, you're still gambling. Because you're guessing on something like the market where there's so much variance in play that you don't even have an edge when you're taking random trades. So focus on the process only, not the money at all. That's why even like trading on demo account while practicing is completely fine with me. I'm not against demo account trading at all, guys. Yes, at some point you have to transition to a live account or a prop firm. You can't be trading demo forever. But the bigger point is that you want to practice with fake money first before you even get to the real market. Because there's no reason to put your own hard work money on the line when you don't even know what you're doing yet. Or even if you do know what you're doing, you can't even prove to yourself that you can stick to it. A lot of people strategy hop too, which again isn't an issue unless it's only an issue if you're strategy hopping too frequently and you haven't given a strategy enough time to play out. Like if you're only trading something for a week and then change strategies, that's strategy hopping. But if you trade something for 6 months and it's not working, it's time to change a different strategy, because the strategy is either not in alignment with your psychology, as in you can't psychologically trade it based on your mental behavior. Some people, for example, mental behavior. I've had a lot of one-on-one mentorship students I've taught to this about, and some people just cannot handle losing 20, 30, or sorry, not 20, 30. What am I saying? Like 5 or more trades in a row. And if you can't handle that, you have to change or add variations to how you trade to reduce that drawdown amount from an objective point of view. Otherwise, it's not going to fit well with you when you live trade. On paper, it works. On paper, a 20% win rate at 10 risk reward is profitable. I think it's very profitable actually. But in real time, in real markets, are you able to psychologically trade a 20% win rate? Like, be honest, are you able to? If you're not, there's no, there's really no reason to trade it. How do you trade Asia session? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean how do I trade Asia session, or just pick an asset that moves well during Asia session? Gold and ES, or sorry, not ES, it's gold. Gold moves very well during Asia. NQ does obviously move a little bit better than ES, but I'm a lot more familiar with trading ES. Sometimes I'll have NQ on the side if there's something I want to look for. For example, maybe something on ES just doesn't look that clear. Then I'll check on gold to see if there's a POI of some sort that makes more sense or adds more confluence to my direction or my draw. Can you guys hear my keyboard, by the way? It's a much louder keyboard because it's not. I used to have silent switches on my keyboard, but now I don't. I do like the sound of it low key, but for YouTube videos, maybe it's not gonna be the best. Ideally. But if you're talking about strategy, I trade A session the same way I trade New York or London, except one difference, I would say. Just for free sauce randomly. It might even work for any system. I just know for my system, this is what I've seen on how I trade. For ES, or sorry, for Asia, you need closer TPs. So your targets have to be closer unless you're trading expansion. So it does depend. For example, on gold, you don't really need to worry too much about having closer targets. But whenever I see on ES, for example, indices during Asia, the ranges are much smaller. You need closer relative targets because it does a lot of messing around at times. And when I say messing around, I mean new value. If you don't know what new value is, I talk about it within the course content. A lot of people that have never taken the course before have never heard of what new value is. And I don't think enough people talk enough about it, but make sure you don't get too confused with that concept too. But if you guys are new here, leave a like, subscribe, join the free Discord server. All right. We finally hit 11K. It's so funny because like the most brain dead content also for social media gets the most views. It's kind of like absurd, like crazy to think about. For example, I'll give you guys a quick example. Like literally my educational trading videos, trade recaps, the beginner's boot camp. It doesn't get much views, which I'm okay with. I don't really mind too much. But the main thing I do mind is ideally I want most of the views. Like I want most people to watch the boot camp stuff, not the like shorts or the meme videos or things like that. Because like for example, one of my shorts recently, I don't know why, but it went viral. It's like at 110K or something, 100K plus views in like a week. And it's not been educational. It's just straight up entertainment, which I guess makes sense. I mean, we also need entertainment, but like, I don't know. It's just I prefer a lot more people to learn. That makes more sense. From the educational videos, trade recaps, beginner boot camp. I even posted the other beginners course too on YouTube. There's so much free stuff on my channel you guys can look through and learn from. Also, if you're new to trading, there's a lot of links to like beginner guides, things of that nature in the Discord server as well. If you join the server and you go under get started with trading, I literally have a completely free section of 4 different channels, and it's probably gonna answer a lot of y'all's questions too. Even if you're someone intermediate in trading or new to how I trade, it answers a lot of questions that you guys probably will be asking. There's an FAQ section, there's a free trading resources section, there's a section for just overall trading knowledge, and then there's a section for also like what broker to use if you're on a personal account, and what software to get or pay for. But most people are familiar with TradingView. Brain rot content does bring a lot of free engagement. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I completely understand why it works. You know, like people send brain rot content to their friends, group chats. I'm sure you guys, or most of you guys, probably have those type of group chats where you just send reels to your buddies and friends or whatnot. I mean, you hear about it all the time online. People, there's even reels of, literally videos of people sending reels to their friends and just making jokes about it. Like I completely understand why it gets attention. Content that brings in a lot of engagement will naturally go viral and get a lot more clicks than something like educational, where it's like learning. Like obviously a brain rot video or of entertainment is going to get more views than maybe like a math video or some sort. But that's why I'm wondering if you guys still want to see the meme content being posted daily. I have it like as a scheduled upload for the YouTube Shorts. That's where most of the meme content is, really, on YouTube Shorts. To see if you guys find that entertaining or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of engagement on those videos. But my idea was really to post those mainly to get people to watch the educational stuff. You know, like I said previously, I'm not a big fan of lifestyle entertainment content on my channel, but if that's what it takes to get like people to watch the actual educational stuff, I'm willing to do that. That makes sense. Like the purpose is to drive traffic towards educational videos to help more people. The entertainment stuff is just like a funnel, if you want to think of it like that. And the people that are not interested in like learning about trading, they're also just gonna click on the entertainment videos and then like click off, probably, for the most part. They may interact with it once or twice, but they're not gonna subscribe or, you know, watch other stuff, which is completely okay. I don't mind using that as a filtering process, you know. I completely do not mind. Because that in fact helps me filter out serious people versus people that are not that serious about trading. Because the thing is with trading, it's not really something you should be goofing around with. Because you're risking your own money, or, you know, the money you put into like an account challenge or something, for example. So unless you want to lose money, feel free to mess around with trading, but you gotta take it serious. Good morning, bro. What's up, Albert? Welcome to the channel. First time seeing you here. Hopefully you are new. If you like my content, make sure you can subscribe, leave a like on the stream. Shout out from Philippines. Ooh, nice. Yeah, shout out Philippines, man. You got people from all around the world. It's crazy what the internet does, man. Like, I let you show you guys this earlier, but literally half the members in the course are not even from the states or from like big countries. That's a better word. Like really, you have people from all over the place. It's pretty insane. No, it's honestly pretty cool too, if I think about it. That's also why you see some of your favorite content creators or whatever get huge like deals, get paid a lot maybe to promote something, and it's just because of like the outreach and the impact that they have. It's not even like local impact; it's worldwide. All right, so it seems like most of you guys are trading Apex and Top Step. Is anyone else trading firms that are not Apex or Top Step? Maybe something outside of those firms? Maybe you can reach out to those firms to see if they want to sponsor a channel with just like account giveaways on streams. I already have an idea of how I want to do the funded account giveaways also for stream. It's just gonna be like a thing where it's gonna be like a wheel spinner that'll just spin on live. That way it's completely random, no bias. And I was thinking also, depending on how they want to sponsor it, I could even do it exclusively just for the Discord course members, E2 course members. That way there's more exclusivity in that. And you'll have a higher chance of essentially winning from that than obviously just being on the YouTube stream. What are some of you guys, are some of you guys full time already in the chat, by the way? I know some of you guys in a Discord, or a lot of you guys in a Discord are already full time. But wondering if anyone on the stream currently is full time trading. What do you guys do outside of just trading, you know? Maybe you can share some things that other people can also relate to and do in their free time as full time traders. Because it is a pretty isolating career, I'd say. Because a lot of people that are invested into trading, people lose hobbies because of trading. I know it sounds crazy, but people take it extreme, which is kind of what I did essentially for trading. I really took it maybe too extreme, to be honest. But once you make it, you have to relax back. You have to rewind and come back to your senses and think of what you want to do as hobbies. You can't just trade forever. You can't just trade the whole day. Well, sorry, you can, but I'd never suggest doing that. Help your mental health, you know. There's still stress involved in trading. Keep yourself sane, if that helps, right? Keep yourself sane and in check, because the longer you're on the chart continuously without any breaks, easier it is for you to make emotional decisions where you're like, screw this, I'm just gonna enter long because it's going up, or screw that, I'm just gonna enter short because it's going down. If you guys have tried that method in the past, you know it just does not work. Over the long run, it's not gonna work. If it was that easy to make money, I mean, there's no point in learning a strategy. Also, I've been thinking of ways to make more unique content on my channel. I feel like the beginner stuff, I think it was about 30% from polls, or 30-40% of you guys find it useful. But I like to think of something more unique to provide on my channel that I think no one else does on YouTube. Something exclusive to just my channel members and just you guys. So if you guys have any ideas, I mean, a lot of you guys do enjoy the live streams where I call out trades and take them trades live. But it also does take up a lot of my free time too. Because when I'm trading, I like to be focused. It's kind of hard to focus when you're talking, even though I've maintained a pretty good track record on stream. Really, our winner is about 66%. At like a 3 average risk reward, so it's pretty good for those that have been following the streams and taking the trades that I'm calling out. We had caught out some banger trades in the past, some that run crazy amounts. But aside from like things that are live, I was thinking of finding other ways to make more unique content for you guys. I'm gonna try using CapCut and learn a bit more of that to provide you guys more unique short form content, if that makes sense. But outside of that, you gotta think of some other things, you know? I think last time I pulled 20% of you guys, I believe, were already like full-time or profitable. So if my channel, whether free content or paid content, has helped increase that number, I'll be very happy. Again, you guys don't want to miss streams like these in the future. Make sure to turn on the notifications when you subscribe. Completely forgot I was on mute the whole time. That's crazy. But I was thinking there could be a way you could combine engagement with education. That is through just doing literally a brain rot hook into a educational video. That could work. I think there's a few people in the training space that have probably already done that before. But I don't know if I want to associate my channel with just brain rot education. We'll see, man. We'll see. I think we're going at a pretty solid pace in terms of the YouTube. We're at 11K right now, 11,008 to be exact. So we've been growing a good amount. The short form content, brain rot is definitely bringing in a lot more engagement, but it's not the type of people I'm really looking forward to teaching or learning. You know, I'm looking forward more so for the people that are trying to actually learn trading. Here, I'll make the screenshot bigger for you guys. For those that want to see the testimonials before you, if you want to decide to later join us at ETU, either through the 100 course or the mentorship program. There's only one spot left for the mentorship. We have a few applicants already, and it's gonna be first come first serve essentially at that point. And then here's the results from the students, man. The mentorship students that worked with one-on-one. So far, out of all the students that have completed the entire mentorship program, we've had 100% success rate. So that means 100% of the people that have completed the mentorship program so far have either gotten payouts already or are already full-time. So my goal is to keep that percentage as high as possible for the mentorship, because I'm working with each person individually to combat their own issues, problems, things they're facing, and give specific tailored advice to each person, because not every person is going to be the same in terms of their psychology, mindset, and trading, and that could mess with the results. So giving specific tweaks to your system that work for you can be something beneficial, and it could be the thing that changes your entire trading journey. But yeah, for example, a few testimonials here. Tyler's been working with me for over a year already. He's been trading full time already, so some very good results from him. And then he was one of the OGs too in the mentorship actually. And then D here, he was unprofitable trading ICT and other strategy hopping all over the place for 3 years. Came to me. We worked for 6 weeks. Did roughly six 1-hour lessons and calls. Tons of educational stuff. Obviously, he learned and got through an entire course as well. He did his own effort. Again, you have to put in also effort on your end. Okay, that's why I have a form for people to apply. And now he's already on his third coming payout soon, which he's hoping to be 5 figures. So these are just results from my students that worked with me. If you want to work with me, apply a link down below or click on the website if you want to check out the course. Let's see. If someone's asked me what I do outside of trading, now that I've made it for quite some time, I'd say play games, Um, I do watch a lot of shows, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty active on YouTube, and I'm not even talking about trading YouTube to be honest. I'm like kind of like in the in alignment with the other creators or traders on YouTube, but for the most part, it's more so like other stuff that's non-trading related on YouTube as binge watch. So it's pretty interesting because once you're like trade and you know what you're looking for, you know your system, you know what you're doing, like you get sick of trading content, especially online. Like even if it's brain rot, I guess you just get sick of it and you want nothing to do with trading. I know it sounds crazy. A lot of you guys are locked in on trading, are super locked in on trading and trading only, but like once you make it, it kind of reverses on you, as in you want to be spending your time doing other things and spending only the active trading time focus on trading. So only your active trading hours that you actually spent focus on trading. Otherwise, you should not really care too much about trading outside, because there's no reason to learn more stuff when you already have your entire system bat tested. You've done all the effort. You already put in all the work. This is after you put in all the work. If you haven't put in all the work yet, this doesn't apply to you. Where's everyone else here from in chat? Anyone here from the other side of the world? Also, another pro tip that I've realized later on in trading that helps a lot with your psychology is have your life together. Having your life together, like, or trying to be as happy as you can while you're unprofitable, is gonna be one of the biggest factors in your trading psychology. Like it's all twisted because a lot of people that get into trading because their life sucks. But then you have to realize if your life sucks while you're trying to become profitable trading, guess what? It's gonna blend and show on the charts. That's what it did for me at the time, and I realized that it was not helpful at all. It was bringing me to the other side of profitability. So even if your life may suck right now, while you're trying to figure out trading, learning, whatever, try to keep mentally as happy as you can. I know it's hard to do, but everyone has to go through it. Everyone has to do it at some point in their life. So might as well start now. That's why I say, you can't be on the chart the whole day. You have to have purpose elsewhere. I think if you have purpose in your life or fulfillment, you'll be a lot more happy than just money. Trust me on this, but let's say money, sure, you can buy a nicer car, buy a bigger house, but then what? Then what? I mean, you're just gonna keep on wanting better and bigger things. There's no end to what you can buy with money. That makes sense. There's always gonna be a newer technology, newer thing, something new you're looking forward to. Like, there's no end in sight for happiness when it comes to money. You get financial freedom, location. I think financial freedom is almost everyone's goal, because here's the thing: with financial freedom comes location and time freedom for the most part. For the most part, I say, because there's a few things where, you know, you can debate about it, but for the most part, you know, with financial freedom comes the other two things. Y'all gotta lock in, man. Invest in your future now. Don't wait till last minute when, you know, you could have been already making money. I tell all my students this too, but like, learn trading now. That way, you can already be at a big size account, and you've already done the compounding effect, because compounding really just takes time. All right, the earlier you start, the better, and the faster you will compound. In a sense, as in you'll be a lot further financially. But if you start very late, of course, there's no such thing as starting too late in trading. It's not like a sport. You don't need to be in your prime age of 40 years old, or sorry, not even 40, 30 years old, or 25, I think is prime physique age. You don't need to be in your prime for that, for trading. Trading is not something that's physically demanding, it's mentally. But build good habits, y'all. Build good discipline. Stick to your edge. If you don't have an edge, contact me. We will work on it together. But if you already have an edge, you don't need anybody else. It's just you. And, you know, some of my students do tell me, you know, the mentorship calls also help with their discipline, which, you know, it's amazing. I think you even read in testimonial there on Discord that discipline was also a huge thing that contributed to him finally getting his finally getting his second ever payout ever. But just keep in mind, discipline only comes after you have a strategy that works, that you understand, that you can mechanically repeat every day. Otherwise, let's be honest, there's no use. I think there's just an influx of too much psychology content on YouTube, when people don't realize psychology has a lot more to do with stuff outside of social media. How you live your life, how happy you feel mentally, what you do on a daily basis. All this has so much more to do with psychology than a YouTube video online. Hence why, you know, I try not to make much psychology videos on my channel, because I know that's something you guys need to work on yourself. It's not clear. I can zoom in more to screenshot if you guys want. This is just a student testimonial section. Again, if you want more reviews and testimonials, feel free to check out my website on WAP. You'll be able to see the other reviews from other students that have been very successful with my strategy and system. You know, whenever someone else comes up to me and says, hey, can I see your results or whatever, usually I tell them, you know, just ask the members. I'm very open on that. Ask the members, check the reviews. I let my students talk for me instead of me talking for myself, because, you know, it's a more credible way than, because anyone can say anything about themselves, you know. But until you show student results or testimonials, everything I say does not matter, to be honest. And I think I have enough positive reviews to let the reviews and students, talk for me. Also, if you're in the Discord, make sure to vote on the polls. Some of you guys have been asking, you want different content or you want more different types of trading content. You gotta tell me in the polls, and vote in them so I know. Otherwise, I'm not gonna know like what you guys really want to see. And of course, it has to be something that both me and you like. Can't just be something you guys like. So it'll be something mutual, of course, but more ideas the better. Are you trading metals or currency? Gold is a metal, so yes, I am trading metals. And if you're talking about currencies, as in like forex, XAU USD, that's forex. You have to specify what you mean by currency. If you're talking about like indices, then yes, I trade ES and gold. Those are the two main things I trade. In the past, I've traded Euro USD futures, which is 6E, as a ticker if you're curious. And then back in the day when I used to trade only forex for the most part, it would be I'd mainly be trading what's it called? I'd also be trading USD JPY. So yeah, those are like currencies. But it does depend. If you're trading forex, there's a lot more currencies to trade than if you were to trade futures. Futures, there's a lot more limitations on certain currency exchange pairs you can trade, but you also get access to things like lean hog, copper, and a lot of other things too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can also trade copper on futures. It should be like or platinum. What is it? Something XAG USD. I forgot which one that is specifically, but I mainly focus on gold. Let's see if we can hit 12K today by the end of today's stream. No, I'm joking. That'd be crazy. You know what's crazy? I was low-key thinking about, I have so much videos on my channel, like so much long-form content. Maybe I should just like say screw the long-form content and just do streams. Like maybe just say screw the long-form content, just only do streaming. Alright guys, I'm gonna hop off here, man. Alright. It's been a fun little stream talking to you guys, answering some questions. If you guys are interested in more, check out the free Discord server. I'll send the link one more time, and if you want the course, there's also a link directly to get the course. We only have one spot left. First, it's basically gonna be first come first serve. Usually runs out pretty quick, so hope to see all you guys in there, man. Peace out. Peace.
Fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap in digital trades. Essential Traders University accolades. We don't lose the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades. Essential Traders University accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades. Essential Traders University accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs, speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care. Profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades. Essential Traders wins on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Ooh, ooh. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs, speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care. Profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Stop loss and adrenaline spike, riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Ooh, ooh. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs, speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care. Profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Stop loss, and adrenaline spike. Riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic. Living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Screens glow, midnight stares. Charts and graphs, speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care. Profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker green and red. Price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead. Cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Stop loss, and adrenaline spike. Riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic. Living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care, profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Stop loss, set adrenaline spike, riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care, profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Stop loss, set adrenaline spike, riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Ooh. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care, profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Stop loss, set adrenaline spike, riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care, profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Stop loss, set adrenaline spike, riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades. In this market dance, our lives are made. Ooh. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care, profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Stop loss and adrenaline spike, riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Ooh, our lives are made. Ooh, ooh. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Screens glow, midnight stares, charts and graphs speculative dares. Markets open, close, don't care, profits rise from daily pairs. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Candles flicker, green and red, price action fills the trading thread. Lines they cross, we leap ahead, cash flow streams, we are fed. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Stop loss and adrenaline spike, riding waves on the financial hike. Minute to minute we take the mic, living life, finding life we like. Bull and bear, we play this game. Orders filled, they feel the same. Success is more than just the fame. In this world we carve our name. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university accolades. Win or lose, the thrill invades, in this market dance our lives are made. Freedom in digital trades, essential traders, university. In the morning, 'Light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. In the morning light we pushing numbers till they sing, golden wings to freedom swing. Charts and graphs like starry skies, learning where the treasure lies. Essential wisdom in our hands, traders turn to make a stand. Financial freedom spreads its wings, echoes softly as it brings liberty in every trade, fortunes made and debts all laid. Candlesticks like midnight stars, every trade a brand new start. With each click the world will change, boundless joy we can arrange. Knowledge from the best we seek, whispers of success we speak. Guided by our mentor's light, trading till the morning's bright. Wisdom carved in ancient codes, find the secrets on these roads. Every gain and every loss, pay the price and flip the toss. Fortunes made and debts are laid. Candlesticks like midnight stars, every trade a brand new start. With each click the world we change, boundless joy we can arrange. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. Pushing numbers till they sing, golden wings to freedom swing. Charts and graphs like starry skies, learning where the treasure lies. Essential wisdom in our hands, traders turn to make a stand. Financial freedom spreads its wings, echoes softly as it brings liberty in every trade, fortunes made and debts all laid. Candlesticks like midnight stars, every trade a brand new start. With each click the world will change, boundless joy we can arrange. Knowledge from the best we seek, whispers of success we speak. Guided by our mentor's light, trading till the morning's bright. Wisdom carved in ancient codes, find the secrets on these roads. Every gain and every loss, pay the price and flip the toss. Fortunes made and debts are laid. Candlesticks like midnight stars, every trade a brand new start. With each click the world we change, boundless joy we can arrange. In the morning light we rise, trading dreams and blue sky ties. Pushing numbers till they sing, golden wings to freedom swing. Charts and graphs like starry skies, learning where the treasure lies. Essential wisdom in our hands, traders turn to make a stand. Financial freedom spreads its wings, echoes softly as it brings liberty in every trade. Fortunes made and debts are laid. Candlesticks like midnight stars, every trade a brand new start. With each click the world will change, boundless joy we can arrange.